Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and today we are talking about the upcoming Momoko signing. I did make a video maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago talking about all the different CGC signings they're doing right now. There is a ton, and you know what? I'm all down for it. As long as they can keep their turnaround time at, very reasonable rates, which they're doing right now, then, I'm down for all the CGC signings they can do. There's been some cool ones. I was tempted with the Art Germ. Since that video, I think they've announced a lot more. I think Scotty Young, I can't remember which other ones, but keep doing more and more really cool ones. The Echo actor is going to be doing one that was kind of neat. Like I said, I know those other ones, I just can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, the other day Momoko was announced, and that was super exciting. And I was trying to think, what book would I want to get signed by Momoko? I have a lot of her artwork, but I'm not sure, what would I want to send in. Now, I was super excited because when I looked at the price for grading and the signature and everything all together is just $85, which is pretty ridiculously cheap. I thought, I really would have assumed it would have been more, but you know what? I was pretty pumped. I was thinking about maybe possibly sending in more than one, but I think I'll just stick with one. But I was, again, considering what would I do, and I have a bunch of raw books, but if I were to pick, one of my favorite covers, I was like, well, two of my favorites are already graded. So, I have this awesome Black Cat, which, I could send in. You can actually send them the book, and they'll crack it, and then they'll, get it signed and then regrade and everything. They make no promise that they'll keep the grade, but I would like to think that maybe that would help influence, maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. This is my first CGC signing, so I have no idea what the better practice is. If anyone does know, feel free to just say it in the comments, because you might have some information that might be useful to other people. Then another book I was heavily considering was my Strange Academy, my number 1 here, which is just a gorgeous magic cover. But then, literally, I think it was the day after it came into the shop, I guess, but then it was released 2 days after. I picked up this 1 per store thank you variant for World Tree, and as you can see, this is the one that is going to be the winner. So I absolutely love this cover. This is the same cover that was put on the 1 in 75, except for this is the full Virgin variant. The other one did have the trade dress up at the top. And I think that, the art is just on full display for all of its glorious purpose. I know it's a little masked up right now. For those that don't know, this is what is called a window box, and I actually have this set up in case anyone is interested in this signing or any other signing. So this is currently in a modern bag and board with the window box, and then that is all put into a silver bag and board, and there's a couple reasons for that. So one, when they go to sign this, they will be able to take it out of this silver size bag, and right here I have used a box cutter to cut off the plastic. Obviously remove the comic first, but I removed the plastic, so Momoko will just be able to sign right there, and then the whole time it's being handled while signing, it'll still be in a bag and board, which is super nice, just because even when someone is as careful as possible, you still have things that can get on there, like fingerprints, or you might just slightly pick it up wrong and it kind of gets a spine tick or something in there, and this will do its best job to keep it in as best condition as possible. Obviously I would love to get a 9.8 out of this. It's a brand new gorgeous looking book, so I really think that it should, but if it doesn't come back a 9.8, obviously, if it came back something crazy low, that'd be upsetting, but if it comes back a 9.6, not the end of the world. I'm just super excited to have this book. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, one of her best pieces ever, and I've been loving this book. Issue 2 just came out this Wednesday, and issue 1 and 2 are both phenomenal, so super excited for the series, and this cover is gorgeous. And then also want to talk about doing the window box can have some additional benefits in just controlling where the signature is. As you see here, I also put please red, so the way any signature works with CGC is that you can request a color, but it is ultimately up to the artist whether that they will do it or not. I hope that Momoko will. I would like to think that she probably would. But yeah, you can control the space that you want it in. So for me, I have, all this blood down here in the bottom left corner, and that's the only place where red is. So I think a red signature, you have this beautiful blank space up here. It'll help complement it pretty good. But then also, it's important to think about, to check out, their signature, whoever you're getting it signed from. And in the case of Momoko, she has a very long and narrow signature. So I set up a space that is nice and long and narrow for her. I think it'll look super great there. I think honestly, it could have been over here in this corner or that corner as well, and it would have looked good. But I do like the idea of it being very opposite corners for the red to really shine and poke through. I think that'll help it really pop. And since this is such a gorgeous book, I think there's I want to do what I can to make it even more gorgeous with that beautiful signature popping in red there. So super excited for that. I will be sending that off very soon because when I was looking at CGC's website, they said that it will be a capped signing. Didn't go into detail, so I don't know exactly what that means. But I need to get this sent out right now because apparently at some point there just will be a cap and a cutoff, and because I'm sure, especially at that price point, that there will be a lot of submissions. I'm sure there'll probably be a lot of people with multiple submissions as well. And so yeah, I'm super excited for this. Like I said, do highly recommend doing the window, just so if you're really for example, like if I could have, I bought this off eBay, or no, I bought this on Instagram, but I don't love my Stan Lee signature placement right on top of Spider-Man's chest. It could have bin some other places that wouldn't have been as bad, but now granted, I've also seen that signature right on top of Spider-Man's face before as well. So sometimes, depending on who it is, they don't care. They'll just sign the book wherever, and it might not be the most aesthetically pleasing place. And like I said, even in this situation, like if I were to get this book back, and there's also theoretically the possibility that Momoko just takes it out of the bag and signs it wherever she wants. That technically could happen. But if I got a signature there, or even there, I don't think it'd be the end of the world. Like I said, if it was right on top of her face, that'd be pretty devastating. But I think ideally, this would be the best location for the signature, and so I'm controlling where it is, what color it is, hopefully, and also controlling the space. If you wanted a smaller signature, you could, maybe, don't make it too small, obviously, but for example, I just recently got Ashley Eckstein's signature, and it's funny when when I asked her, I was telling her that I'm going to get it signed by everybody. There were 6 different people there from Clone Wars at that event, and she's my first signature I got on the book, and it's pretty massive. And I was like, man, it really took up a lot of real estate. And granted, it was Ahsoka's, so like okay, that's fair. If anybody's going to take up more room, Ahsoka's fine. However, I recently saw another one on Instagram where it was even bigger. Her signature was like this big. And I'm like, oh my god, that is... So maybe she did actually put that in consideration for me and gave a smaller signature. But yeah, if you want to make sure... If you don't want a super big one, like I said, check out who you're getting your book signed from. Everyone, has usually pretty standard ways that they sign their book, with, some variation, obviously. But yeah, if you want to control the size, color, position, all that kind of stuff, put a window box on it. And that's pretty much all I have for this one. If anyone's sending anything in to the Momoko signing or any of the other CGC signings that are happening right now, because there's like a billion of them, I'd love to know what books you're sending in and to who, because there's a lot of cool ones. There's Roy Thomas. Well, I don't know if any have passed up, but I know Roy Thomas was doing one. Chris Hemsworth's doing one. Like I said, the Echo actress is doing one. I feel like there was another actor, but I can't remember. Like I said, there's like a billion going on. And then also, I wanted to let everyone know that I am working on editing the first ever Ask the Community. I almost said Ask Your Community. It's called Ask the Community. So I'm very grateful for everyone that sent in some submissions. I'm really liking the way it's coming out. I'm doing a lot of editing that is a bit time consuming, but it is stuff that will save me time in the future just taking a lot of time to do right now. But I really like all the submissions. I think this is going to be a really awesome video. It's I don't know, it's just really cool to have like the community come together to make a video together, essentially. And I think it's going to be a really cool series that I'm super excited to share with you all. Hopefully that will be out sometime this weekend. I am running quite a bit behind schedule. I was hoping to have this out maybe by today, but that is not happening. I'm trying my best. I've had a lot of things going on, and it's just been super busy and hectic, and I have no free time. But I am trudging through and trying to get this video done, hopefully by the latest of Sunday. If maybe Saturday if I'm really up for it, but hopefully by Sunday at the latest. Thank you all so much for watching, though, and I'll see you next time. Ha ha ha!